All right, everyone. All right. Good evening again. Welcome to Dominate Your Market Summit. I'm excited. Tonight, we will continue in the amazing impacts that we have all been learning. You know, how to dominate your market come 2025, 26, 27, 28, even 29 and 2030. You want to be prepared. You want to be strategically positioned in a way that you can dominate your market and dominate for good. Okay, so very quickly, in our usual traditional style, we will go to our YouTube channel right now and pick the link so we could share it in our community as usual. I'm going straight to my YouTube channel right now. Of course, by the way, we're streaming from YouTube. I know that you know that already. So I just want to go share the link so that many more people can just join us. So I'm copying the link right now, as usual. I'm taking it to the Telegram community, and that is the first part of call. And if you're just joining, you know the drill. You know how we do it. The first thing we do first is that we share this in our community. So I'm just going to type here, we are live. So join us. Join us now by clicking this link. All right, okay, so I'm done with that now, and I am posting it right away. By the way, my guest is already seated behind the screen. I'm sure some of you that came early, you saw him as a flash. But we had to quickly say, let him just wait a little bit so we could do as the usual. So guys, in very few minutes, we're going to bring our guest and then we will get started. I'm just copying the link now, taking it to our communities on WhatsApp and then sharing it all over the place. Right, I got some persons have joined already as usual. All right, so tell us your name, tell us where you're joining from. By the way, happy weekend. It's the weekend, it's the time to rest, to relax, and to probably recalibrate in any way and in every way that you can do it. All right, click here to join. All right, okay, so I've done that now and people are joining. Fantastic. All right, so tonight is another inspiring session. By the way, my name is Kingsley Ime. In case you're joining us for the first time today or you are watching the replay, my name is Kingsley Ime. I am the lead consultant of Kingspire Resources, who, by the way, is a sponsor of this event. Kingspire Resources is basically a consulting and business management firm which is focused on helping entrepreneurs, start their business, grow their business, and make multiple profit from their business. We have diversified services we run, and towards the end of the year, this year, we thought about helping lots of business owners prepare themselves very well. I mean, we're talking about you in particular, how you can prepare yourself effectively very well so that you can dominate your market. And we did the day 1, day 2. This is day 4. This is day 5 actually, but we missed out day 4 and we're repeating it here on day 5. So I want to say welcome everyone, and it's going to be a thrilling experience. I have someone I respect highly. I mean, I highly respect him. He's already here and he will be teaching a whole lot on stuff that we all need to learn when it comes to growing business. And he's one man. How did I get to know him? I was on a panel session, I think that was 2 years ago, and then I saw the way he walked in majestically with, of course, we are all Niger Delta, so he came in with his Niger Delta attire, and I kind of loved the way he came in, and he sat in front, and that was how I caught a glimpse of him, and I got to know about him much later. We've connected. I've learned a whole lot from him. I've been inspired by his work. He's a seasoned, well experienced entrepreneur and a consultant par excellence, someone who's in high demand. So when he comes here, we just value his time and we want to glean the best of it and make use of it to prepare ourselves for 2024 or 2025 rather, and the years that are coming. Guys, I am talking about none other than Mr. Harry Pebble. There's a name he used to add there. I don't know why he removed it. Good evening, Mr. Harry Pobene. Thank you so much for joining. We are excited, Mr. Pobene. We'd be gladly happy to have you join us in the Dominate Your Market Summit. And there is so much we're going to be gleaning. There's so much we are going to be learning, guys. I want you to get your pen and your paper. As usual, take a screenshot of this very edition right now. Even if you're watching the replay, copy the link, go share it out there, and tell people that we are live. Mr. Harry's mic is mute, but he's going to unmute it pretty soon, and then he's going to come on live and we will learn. Guys, get your notepad, your writing materials, and get ready, because if you must dominate your market, there is something that you need to learn, which is what he's going to be teaching us. A lot of businesses don't do that. They don't know how to do that, and it keeps them where they are. Mr. Harry, let's get to know you more. Here we blow our trumpet. We don't stay humble. We talk a lot about what we do because it's our effort and our hard work. And so we talk about it. So tell us more about yourself. A lot of people are watching from all over the world. We want to know you more, and then you can take it away from. Today we are discussing creating systems and structures that can help you dominate your market. Please, let's get to meet you more, Mr. Harry.
Thank you, Kingsley. Thank you, everyone, for joining in this session. I'm excited to be here. I love to always appear on sessions like this because it has become our responsibility to see that businesses and people around us reflect the realities that we think is possible. And that has become our personal agenda. We are not just in the business of saying it, we are also in the business of doing it. We are in the business of walking the talk. My name is Harry Pobeni. I am a business developer, a HR professional, a brand expert. I'm also a technologist. I have done all of this concurrently for almost 20 years now, across finance, construction, oil and gas, manufacturing, technology, media. I've been opportune to gather experience in all of these places, and those experiences have also formed the foundation for which I have been able to grow two businesses. I lead Planet Harry Solutions, which is an innovation-driven company where we provide tech services. We use innovation to drive growth in businesses, and we provide branding solutions. And then we have Get Advantage Consulting, where we provide trainings like the one we're having right now, where we provide HR services, we provide consulting services across several sectors. For us, it has been a very interesting journey, one that is almost always that unknown challenge. You don't know what is going to happen, but you're excited that something would happen. And that is, I find out that is the best way we thrive. You know, we go into that space not knowing what to expect, but knowing that when it does come, there will be an innovation to fix it. And that was the primary reason I embraced entrepreneurship. I was in banking for close to a decade. I woke up one day and I was no longer fulfilled with what I was doing. The job became monotonous. I kept doing the same thing every day, which is not a bad thing. It's partly why we want to talk about systems and structures. When you have systems and structures, it begins to look like the job is monotonous. It looks like you're doing the same thing every day. But it's appearing that way because you have built a system that can drive the business. But I needed more. I wanted more. I was acquiring knowledge that I wasn't experimenting with. I was accumulating knowledge that was useless to me as a person, unless I was fixing other people's problems. And at that point, I told myself it was time to go out there and see what the world has to offer. And what we did was combine innovation and business. And we made it a point.
Okay, so I think the network is just flicking a little bit.
Whether you came through branding, whether you came through a HRO request, whether you came through business planning, entrepreneurship, for us, it doesn't matter which track brought you in, but when you meet us, we are your solution. That's our slogan. And we have lived that phrase. Even when people meet us for services we do not provide, we don't turn them away. We look inward into our ecosystem and we get them someone that would provide that service. And we make sure that excellence is delivered at every given time. So for us, it's been a very interesting journey. For me as a person, it's been a very interesting journey. Every day I get to talk to people. Today, I have
Yeah.
spoken to 3 different groups. This will be the 4th. And it's
Oh my God.
interesting talking to young people. And I'm hoping that we will achieve the same this night.
Yes, we will. I think recently I saw on your status and I so loved it when I saw that you just spoke with the Pan-African University. That's what do they call them? A subsidiary of Lagos State Business School, I think so. They had a training somewhere sponsored by MasterCard. And I knew that you were going to kill it there and give awesome value. So let's allow you to take over the stage and, take us on, starting with your take on what dominating your market means and why people should dominate their market.
Enterprise
and then,
Development
of course,
Center.
Beautiful. Enterprise EDC, yeah, Enterprise Development Center. So let's take it away. Why do we go into dominating your market? Why should people think about dominating their market? And of course, from your topic, you share with us strategies, systems, structures that needs to be put in place, especially small businesses. And when we say small business in this part of the world, people don't know that a lot of businesses are small business. They don't know. They don't know that they are still small business category. Over to you, sir. Thank you so much. Let me grab my pen and start writing as well.
Okay, thank you. So every time we hear the word structure your business, business structuring, it is starting to sound like a buzzword. And then people really do not settle down to understand what it really means to structure a business. First of all, I want to say that there is no one cap fits all approach to structuring any business. The size of the business, the type of the business, sometimes even the sector and the limited knowledge of the owner also affects what kind of structure to put in place. Now, when I say limited knowledge, I'm actually talking about SWOTs: strengths, weakness, opportunity, threats. The strengths you have will determine the kind of structures you want to set in your business. The weaknesses you have will also determine what kind of offensive or defensive structures you want to set in your business. Now, structuring is in different ways. Some businesses will just structure their brand identity. Some businesses probably want to just structure their operations. Some businesses want to structure their corporate compliance, which means they were not registered with the CAC, now they are registered. The resultant effect is because they are registered, they can now have a business account with the bank. So for every structure, there is a goal. And for every structure, there is a reaction. So depending on what it is you want to achieve, you structure your business in that manner. However, the first form of structuring for any business is legalizing that business, which is registering your business that separates you. Business is an entity. You are an entity. And so by way of structuring, you're creating a life for the business so the business can live its own life. It's like saying you have a child who has grown into adulthood and you tell the child you are due for emancipation, so go and live your life. Something of the sort. The business has its own account, the business has its name, the business will make its own expenses, the business will account for how much it makes. You can afford to query the business that way because the business is registered. That registration is a function of structuring. That's the first kind of structuring. The second kind of structuring is branding your business. In branding, you now define the core of the business. What do we want to focus on? What do we want people to know us for? How do we want people to know us? How do we want people to communicate with us? How do we want people to react to our products or services? What kind of perception do we want to create in the marketplace? In branding, we'll now define our communication style. How do we want to talk? How do we want people to perceive us? Do we want to sound funny? Do we want to sound serious? Do we want to sound business? Do we want to sound corporate? You now define that. But these are like the first two forms of branding. Then, of structuring. Then you begin to look at your operations. How money travels in and out of the business. How do we provide products and services? All these are forms of structuring. And depending on where your business has a leakage, you might decide to want to start from there. I just thought I should do this overview before we begin to look at what we want to look at critically. I would just summarize all of this into 5 strategies for building systems and structures in your business. 5 strategies. It doesn't matter whether you want to start. It doesn't matter whether you have started. It also doesn't matter if you're trying to scale. You need to pay attention to these 5 strategies and use them to structure your business. The first one is defining, if you're starting, or refining, if you have started already, your core vision. Defining and refining your core vision. Now, vision is, if you have ever seen a business model canvas. If you have not, you can Google it after this class. A business model canvas is a strategy document. It's a 1-page document that has between a minimum of 8, and in some cases 10, 9, 11, 12 blocks. Each of these blocks would explain to you how the business wants to operate in the marketplace. Who are your partners in the market? Who are your collaborators? Who do you want to sell to? How you will communicate with them? How you offer your product and services? How you make profits? All of that is captured in your business model canvas. Now, your business model canvas is, again, in another way, your vision board. It is where you cast the vision of the business. The question is your business captured in a manner that even in your sleep, you can tell how the business would grow, even if in practicality, it is not there yet? Many of us think that writing business plans is obsolete. It will never be. There are businesses that are very spontaneous. There are businesses that change models 3-4 times in a year. That's why the business model canvas is handy. It is a quicker way to change a business model. It is a quicker way to review a business model as part of structuring. But you should have a business plan. It doesn't matter how small your business is. Have a business plan that envisions what the business wants to do. Now, when you have a business plan, in your business plan, you have captured the core vision of your business. The core vision of your business, in some way, we try to be diplomatic with our presentation. So we say we want to solve problems. Our core vision is to solve problems. Yes, but our core vision is to solve problems because of the effects of what would happen when we solve problems, which is basically to make money. The more problems you solve, and the more consistent you are solving those problems, the more revenue you can generate. The more revenue you can generate, the more incomes are all different. Profits, income, revenue. They mean different things. Revenue is not income. Revenue is what you put in. But at the point where you're looking at income, you have removed associated costs of production or manufacturing. At the point where you have removed all of that, you're now looking at profits. The money that is now yours, the money that is now paid or accrued to the business for doing business. Okay, so let's stay on track. Defining and refining your core vision means that you have to tell yourself what it is you are in the marketplace for. Who are you in the market for? You have to clearly define why you're in the market, who you're in the market for, what value you're bringing to the market. If you do not have this core vision defined, you would run from pillar to post. Every time a competition comes into the market, every time something new comes into the market, you're threatened. And then you begin to struggle. Defining your markets is part of structuring. Defining who you're targeting in the market is part of structuring. You have the upper class, you have the middle class, you have the lower class. That is just standard basic. Away from that, you have students, you have stay-at-home parents, you have working class people, you have public office holders. All these are demographics, different categories of people. You need to define who your business is meant for. Is it meant for students? If yes, the purchasing power of the students must match the value of the product you want to put out in the market. If it is overpriced and they cannot afford it, you are selling to the wrong market. So even before you go into captures who you want to sell to, where they are, how they are, their capacity, the problem you want to solve for them, and how your solution is better to any other solution in the marketplace. It's either your solution is faster, it's easier, it saves time, saves costs, or it's more durable. 5 things. Your solution is either faster to use, easier to use, cheaper to use, more durable to use, or saves time. You must bear this at the back of your mind for every product or service you're creating. It must address one of these key things depending on the target market. It must save time. It must be easier to use. It must be durable. Of course, the quality must be there. And then it must be solving that problem. You are not just going to make up the numbers of people who provide that service. You must be solving that problem better or in a more unique way than any other product in your market. So the first task for you is to define or refine your business vision. Who are we in the market for? What's our value proposition? Set measurable goals. We are talking SMART goals now. Set measurable goals. I want to buy a car before the end of 2025. That is not a measurable goal. Before the end of 2025 is not specific. So a SMART goal is any goal that is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. There must be a time frame attached to your goals. There must be measures to ascertain that the goal is working or the goal is achievable. The goal must be specific, which means you should be able to define the goal properly. I want to buy a car before the end of 2025 versus I want to buy a Toyota Corolla 2025 model before the end of 2025. The description is clear. If I say by August of 2025, I want to buy a Toyota Corolla 2025 model, I have put a timeline to it. I have put a specifics to it. Now, because there is a timeline, I can measure it. So if the cost of the vehicle is 12 million, for example, the question to myself is, can I raise 1 million naira every month or more before the time frame that I have? If no, I need to adjust my goal or introduce strategies that will allow me in more. So the reason why you're structuring your business by creating a vision is that the vision allows you to evaluate your goals, whether they are realistic or not, whether they are achievable or not, if you need to improve on your strategy, if you need to add or you need to reduce. And then it helps you to stay on point. If you have a vision, you're not distracted by what is happening on the left or what is happening on the right. You're like a man that is in a track race. You focus on your own track. You do not look at what is happening on the left or what is happening on the right. They are distractions. Your agenda is to get to your destination. Value. Whatever product or service you're providing in the market, people are buying what you're selling for the value that they perceive it will provide for them. So if you sell rice, for example, people are not buying rice per se. They are buying whatever value that is attached to rice. So you should be able to define the value that you're bringing to the market. That is what separates you from everybody else. Indomie noodles is a perfect example. Children know the smell, children know the tastes, children know the rhymes. If you make any other noodles and you have a child who eats that particular kind of noodle, they will reject the new one you make. What that means is that the Indomie brand have succeeded in refining, defining, and consistently refining their core vision. They've been able to cement their value in the marketplace. So people know the smell, people know the taste, and people know the rhymes that go with it. That's just an example. So you should be able to do that as part of your activity to create a core vision. Why does a core vision matter? It matters because it aligns you with decision making. If there is a vision, you would know the kind of decisions to make in your business. You will know what to avoid. You will know when to strike. In the marketplace, it ensures that you drive only the kind of activities that will make you visible, that will make you sell more, that will make you profitable. Defining and refining your core vision. If you have not done that before, that's your first task. Create a core vision board for your business. For some very big businesses, they even create visions for products and for services. But in this case, let's take it one step at a time. Let's have a vision for your business first. And then if you have independent products, you can now create vision for those products. Coke, as a brand, has its own vision. But that company also has other things they do. They have bottled water. They have other kind of fizzy drinks. They all have their different vision. Dangote Cement has his own vision. Dangote Sugar has his own vision. Dangote Flour has its own vision. Dangote Crude Oil or Dangote Refinery has its own vision. But there is also the holistic vision of Dangote as a group. So let's start from that group vision. What is the vision of your business? Start from there, and you're one step into structuring your business. Number 2, develop scalable operational systems. Develop scalable operational systems. Many of us have tied our businesses around our hip. This means if we are not available, business will come to a standstill until we are available. If for any reason we are under the weather, we are delayed somewhere, our business is stuck. I've been to some shops where you buy something and you do a transfer. They cannot confirm your transaction immediately. They have to call somebody at home to confirm if they have received credits. That is a poor system for a business. The business should be able to confirm transactions at the spot, on the go. If such businesses are not spontaneous or swift on their feet, some other businesses can arrest customers that they are trying to get. Imagine a customer made a transfer and you're telling the customer that he or she cannot leave until your boss confirms that the credit has hit their account. And maybe your boss is having a terrible network, or maybe your boss's bank is having a poor connectivity. The customer has to suffer because of a structure that your boss has put in place, a structure that you have put in place. That is a poor way to operate your business. So when we say scalable, we are saying operating systems that can improve. Now, in business, there is no such thing as perfection. Perfection is a journey. It's not a destination. It is something you continuously do. And the easiest way to achieve perception, if we ever achieve it, is by listening to our customers. Is by converting our customers and making them advocates for our businesses. Making our customers ambassadors of our businesses. Making our customers the center stage of our business growth. They are the users. If they tell you the product should be this way, the product should be that way, it's because That is how they perceive that it should be in the marketplace. They are the ones using it. And so it is quite necessary that you pay attention to their acceptability of your brand, which is why from time to time, you see our phones come up with mobile updates. From time to time, you see businesses change their product wrap or packaging. They do that for several reasons. Sometimes it's to throw off people who are trying to duplicate their products. Sometimes it is just following customer feedback. The reasons are different. Now, when you structure your business, you're able to develop a system to receive feedback. Some of us do not know how people who buy from us feel. Some of us do not have a system to take feedback from people who patronize us. We don't have a system to stay in touch with people who are buying from us or who bought from us but have not continued for a while. We don't have a system that we can use to check our old customers, our new customers. We don't know how to check our lukewarm customers, our hot customers, and our cold customers. All of these are possible because you have set systems. These systems can be forms. They can be Google Forms. They can be WhatsApp messages. They can be opinion pools. It depends on what works for your business. But you must set scalable systems. Systems that you can improve on. Systems that can grow. If you notice, I am not saying employ staff. I am saying set systems. If you have the right systems, it does not matter how many workers leave and how many workers come. Because your system is fail-proof, it will seem as if nobody left. Take, for example, let's look at Kilimanjaro as an eatery. They have developed a customer service structure where all of their employees go through certain customer service training. And then all of the employees begin to behave almost the same way. They smile, they greet, they respectfully serve. If you shout at them, they don't shout back. If you abuse them, they don't abuse you back. It is a structure. Everybody who comes into that system behaves that same way. Where you're coming from, you might be rude, you might be hostile, but when you get into that system, you have two options. You either behave the way the system is designed, or you get out. If you eat a particular meal in any of the Market Square, any of the Kilimanjaro branches, and you move to another branch, you will eat the same meal and it will taste the same way. That is a form of structure. The right system has been put in place to make sure that the recipe does not change. So it does not matter whether the cook has a PhD or the cook has an O-level certificate in catering. The most important thing is we have developed a system that allows our food to taste the same way every time. The taste does not change. One popular eatery some time ago, now defunct, closed because they opened it up for franchise. And there was no structure. And so if you eat the meat pie in one branch, it tastes different. You go to another branch and you get their meat pie, it is something entirely different. That is a business that didn't set the right systems. And they opened up their business for franchise. Every other person came in just to make money and didn't maintain the brand quality. And that brand died a slow and painful death. So, develop scalable operational systems for your business. One of the easiest ways to do this is to document standard operating procedures. There is a way you do what you do that makes it work for you. Document that process. After documenting it, start to teach it to your staff. Once you have taught it enough, institute it as a law in the business. Institute it as a standard procedure in the business. Make it a system. For example, how does money travel through your business? If you observe how money travels through your business over time and you document the process, you can build a system around it so that money doesn't miss its way out of the business. So whether you are in the shop or not, you are not scared that they will make sales and the money will not get to where it's supposed to go. If your law is that all payments must be made to the corporate account of the business, customers also know that. If in your absence, an employee is encouraging a customer to pay into a personal account, the customer can resist the person. So you must document these processes. Once you see that they are processes that are consistent, they are beneficial, you teach them, and then you convert them to systems. Document standard procedures. For key processes, for example, you should have a sales process. You should have a customer service process. You should have a product development or service development process. You can't just wake up and say, yesterday I was in the market. I saw something somebody was doing, or I saw something somebody did. I think we can do the same thing. Let's start tomorrow. Let's start doing this. No. The possibility that that thing will fail is very high. But part of your product development could be market research, opinion pool with customers, review existing market size. All of this can be part of your procedure, your steps for launching a new product or service. If you do it long enough and you institute it, your workers would know it. Your staff will know it. They will begin to live it. So whether you are around or not, they would follow the same process. Invest in automation. So in your business, when you look at those things that you do regularly, those things that you do repeatedly, the next thing you need to do is find a digital solution that can take those things off your hand. Take, for example, the banks. The banks have embraced automation processes across several products. So you want to complain about airtime that you bought and didn't receive, there's an automated process to do that. You want to complain about a transaction that didn't hit your account, there's an automated process to do that. You don't need to talk to a customer care. Press 1, you do this. Press 2, you do that. Describe the problem, you describe. What's the amount? You state it. At the end of the day, you have solved that problem. The bank didn't give you anybody. They spent zero workforce. They deployed zero workforce to that conversation. They simply automated the process. So in your business, look at the things that occur regularly and find a way to automate them. The less human error, the better. So part of what you can do to automate certain things is to begin to embrace AI in your business. Many of us are scared of the AI reality. It is here. Whether you like it or not, it is here. There are lots of stuff AI can do for you in your sales closing, in your sales pitching, in your customer service, in your customer closing, in data tracking, response. There is a lot. Embrace AI. Embrace technology. Embrace digital tools. You can use digital tools to structure your accounting process. You may not be an accountant, but because you have consistent processes, you can document that into a tool. It could be an app, it could be a data sheet, or it could be a web solution that will automatically calculate your transactions and give you your position. You don't need to wait for someone to do that. You also do not need that human error. I was calculating it. I was distracted. Somebody called me and I forgot. I need to start again. All of those things are not there. There is a system that can respond to your data. As soon as you feed it the data, it will calculate and give you your position. That is part of structuring your business. Structuring your business in a way that at every given time, you know what your position in the market is. If you understand your position, it is easy for you to attract funding. If you find yourself in the midst of high net worth individuals and you're networking, and somebody asks you, what is your business value? What is your turnover per day? What is your turnover per month? What is your risk value? What is your solvent rate? They begin to throw these big words to you. If you know these things by using automation, that information is on your fingertip. You can easily dazzle your way out of that. And it shows that you understand the business. It shows that you have a firm grip of your figures. Anybody who wants to invest in you is interested in your figures. So you should be interested in your figures. And one of the easiest ways to understand your figures is to automate the system. Create systems that are automation driven. Regularly review and optimize your systems. Remember, I said there is no one cap fits all when it comes to structuring. So the automation you want to introduce may not be the one somebody else will introduce. How you want to scale your business is not the way the next person will scale his business. So the kind of models you need to set should be models that are peculiar to how your own business operates. You might be someone who likes figures, but you are poor in marketing. Can you automate marketing to reduce your weaknesses? If yes, automate marketing. There is somebody else who is very good in marketing and branding, but does not do very well in accounting and bookkeeping. Are there ways you can automate those processes? Yes, so do that. When you automate, you are closing the loopholes where you lost money from. And you are structuring the business for financial management. Number 3. First, why it matters that you should scale, you should develop scalable operational systems is because when you set scalable systems, it frees up the business. It gives you time to go and do other things. It also reduces the time you spend in operations. It also reduces error, human error especially. And it allows you to focus on things like strategic growth. When very basic things in your business are automated, they have been designed to fit into a scalable operational system. You do not worry about basic things. For example, somebody sends a message to your business, your WhatsApp business line. You have set automated responses. And maybe for the next 5, 10, 15 minutes, the person is just chatting with your chatbot while you are free to go and do other things. The phone can chat with 5, 10, 15 people at the same time. But you are just one person. If 10 people call you at a time, you get confused. Error is bound to happen. And so when you identify regular occurrences in your business and you set them into scalable systems, they free up time. They allow you to focus on the things that are more complex. Number 3, leverage data-driven decision-making. Leverage data-driven decision-making. We just talked about data. Now we want to deal with it directly. Implement systems in your business that allows you to have data. Data, for example, how much sales you made today, how many new customers bought from you, how many old customers are still buying from you, how many customers are indecisive, how can we track customers that have not purchased from us in the last 3 months, how can we follow up on people who have purchased from us to be certain that they are enjoying our products or services. If you're data-driven, the decisions you take in your business are based on data feedback. So your decisions are structured. You're not taking abstract decisions. You're taking decisions based on human beings. You're taking decisions based on interactions that your business is having with people in the marketplace. This is our product or service. I don't know. We are not selling. No, it's like our price is too high. Oh. Let's reduce it. Do you have a human interaction that gave you data for that decision? This our branding. It's not too bright. Maybe we should change it. These other people are using green. Let's use light green. Have you tested the market that green is the reason why you're not selling? Have you interacted with your customers and your packaging is why you're not selling? You need to be data-driven. Data should form the kind of decisions you take in your business. Data also helps you to track what we call key performance indicator. When you set goals in your business, the best way to track those goals is to set key performance indicators. An example of a key performance indicator is, we are saying that for us to make profit, we must sell at least 10 products and 5 services per day. If consistently in 3 months, we are selling less than 10 products and less than 5 services, it means that we will not be profitable. So the key performance indicator is showing that as long as we are not hitting 10 and 5, we cannot be profitable. So the decision we want to take now will be based on that key performance indicator. So we are saying to ourselves, how can we achieve 10 and 5 consistently? Do we need to reduce the number and grow gradually? Or is there something wrong in the market that we need to sort out? Is there something wrong with our operational system? Is there something wrong with our marketing strategy? Now you would want to look for problems and solutions to fix them. So it is important that your decision making is data-driven. Data forms part of your business structure. With that kind of structure, you do not just wake up and make decisions. You do not make decisions based on how you feel. You do not make decisions based on what they said, them say. You do not make decisions based on the fact that from the outside, you see your customers selling, and your competition selling, and you assume that they are selling much more. A busy business does not make a profitable business, not necessarily. Let me rephrase it this way. An overfed baby does not necessarily mean that the baby is healthy. You overfeed a baby with bloated tummy, the baby is breathing, does not mean the baby is healthy. Your business can have traffic. Your business can have activity. People can be trooping in and out of your business. It does not mean that you are profitable. You might be busy. Business does not imply profitability. You would only know that your business is profitable from data. So if you structure your business to account for data, it will help you to make the right decisions. It will help you to know what to adjust and what not to adjust. Things like competitor analysis, customer acquisition costs, lifetime value, these are things that are data-driven. If you do not have data, you cannot account for how much it costs you to convert one customer. Is it cheaper for you to advertise online, or is it cheaper for you to advertise offline? If you're advertising offline, you pay for logistics to arrive wherever you want to arrive to do your marketing. In the end, how much did it cost you to convert one customer? Do you have that data? Versus you do sponsored ad on social media, you buy data and stay in chat rooms, in groups to create visibility for your brand. How much does it cost you if you spread it to convert one customer? If you do not know that, you might be underpricing, you might be underselling your product or services. So data allows you to do that. Data is part of structuring your business. When your business is data-driven, you minimize risk. You minimize risk. You maximize return on investment. When you know the data and the data is right, you will know when and where to invest. Very recently, somebody pitched a business idea to me. A very simple, everyday, indifferent business idea, like business opportunity. It's there, it's almost in every locality. You're just looking at it every day. you don't give it any attention. But if you settle down and look at it, there are some amazing numbers that are coming out of that business. And so very recently, a few months ago, someone, a friend of mine, pitched that business idea to me. And after all of the storytelling, presentation, pitches, and all that, I was more concerned about data. And so I asked for figures. And when the figures were presented to me, they were very interesting. I didn't have to go home and think about it. Just sitting there, looking at the figures, running them through my mind, making an analysis, making projections, I made a decision there and then. The business has been running for about 3 months now, and the numbers are fantastic. Because we had the right data, we researched the data, we verified the data. Because the data was good, return on investment was high. Our projection was that at the end of the first year, we can begin to pay back the capital that was invested in the business. But we're just 3 months old, and already it is looking like we can start paying the capital in bits from the 4th, 5th, or even 6th month. We had good data. And so it is important to check your data. It helps you to also position in the market properly. When you have the right data, you will know who you're competing with. You will know how to compete. You will know when, where, and how to enter the market. Every market has its entry points. If you do not have the right data, you might enter the market at the wrong points. For example, entering the market might also mean, the right point might also mean entering from the bottom. So feeding the lower class first. An example of that is Tecno. When Tecno first came to Nigeria, they came with those phones that had 3, 4, 5 SIMs, slots. Their phones had big antennas. Their phone had very big speakers at the back. Their phones could even connect to free-to-air television stations. Anything to attract you was okay. They were just solving a very basic problem. The man who cannot afford to buy 2 or 3 phones. And so they brought you a big phone with a big speaker, an antenna, a very funny camera. The sound is not so good, but it solves the problem. You can put all your SIMs in one phone. Today, Tecno has scaled to the point where they are competing with some other known brands. You now have Tecno phones that are over ₦1 million. But the right entry point for them was to first provide something that was needed by a market at a time. While they were in that market, they started to diversify to other advanced markets. Data will do that for you. Data will tell you where the most of the demand is, the purchasing power of the people in that place. So when you provide your product or service, it is according to their capacity to afford it. Number 4, build a high-performance team. This is a biggie for a lot of us. Build a high-performance team. As part of structuring your business, you need to learn to delegate. You need to learn to allow other people do stuff for the business, for you. Now, at this stage, it is understandable that you are the CEO, you are the director, you are the lead, you are the supervisor, you are the sales officer, you're the bookkeeper, you're the cashier, you are everything. It is understandable at this point. But even so, on paper, structure the business. Have job descriptions for each of the roles that you perform. So that eventually, when you employ someone to perform that service, they will perform it as you have been performing it. And because you documented the process, it is easy for you to tell whether they are providing the right service or not. Also, when you want to put out an ad for recruitment, because you have been doing it and it is documented, you know exactly what you're looking for. You're not looking for somebody who necessarily has a first class. You're looking for somebody who is hands-on, who probably knows how to use digital tools, someone who knows a bit of AI, someone who knows their way around social media. Those are the kind of things you're looking for. You can only achieve that if you are documenting your own processes. So whether you are the only one providing all the services or not, please document the processes. Document it like people actually exist that occupy those positions. Document it that way. That is the structure. Because if you do not do it when the business is small, you will struggle to do that when the business grows bigger. So structure the business. Put all the right offices where they need to be. People may not be occupying them for now. You are the one occupying them, yes, but structure it on paper. Let it exist. Make sure that when eventually you begin to employ people, that they understand the vision. Remember, we started with defining and refining the core vision of the business. Anybody who does not understand or accept the vision of your business should not be working with you. Don't employ people emotionally. Don't employ people out of sentiment. Employ people for the value they bring to your business. Your employee is in a transaction with you. He supports you to grow your business. In return, you provide him money that solves his own problems. It is a transaction. The day his problems become higher than the money you're paying him, and somebody is willing to pay more, and you are not willing to increase, that employee will cross to the next person. This is why systems trump people. Because with systems, it doesn't matter who goes or who comes, the business will continue to grow. I have seen businesses that suffered patronage because a particular staff left. But when you go to the bank, whether the cashier left or the customer service left, it's going. When you go to Kilimanjaro, when you go to Market Square, because they changed the person that was serving food, did it stop you from eating? It didn't. Did it change the taste of the food? No. Did it mean their service will be poor? No. The service will remain the way it is. The food will taste the same way. The ambience will remain the same way. Anybody you meet will smile at you the same way. Business is going on. So anybody joining your business and would not reflect the vision of your business as you have captured it in the beginning, which was the first step we took, that person should not be working for you or with you. Don't employ people verbally. If you must employ anybody, no matter how small the role is, document it. Let there be a job description. Let there be a job breakdown. Let there be deliverables that the person would achieve in that role. If the person understands his job and what he needs to do, it is easy to achieve the goals. Because somebody works as a secretary with a law firm does not mean the person will make a good secretary for a supermarket. There are two different organizations. What that person was doing as a secretary in the law firm may not be the same things you do in your business. So it is important that you define the job of a secretary as it is applicable to your business. Remember, I said there is no one cap fits all. Every business is structured according to the culture of the business. So based on what your business does, how your business do what it does, structure your business that way. You might want your own secretary to be able to do video editing, post on social media, follow up on customers. That is how you want your secretary to operate. Define it, write it down. So anybody that comes and applies for that role and cannot fit into that description is not for you. If you have provision for people to jump on and then you train them on the areas you want them to improve, that is beautiful. It is important to only engage people who will understand your company vision and values. Invest in training programs to upscale your staff. Everybody you employ is coming from somewhere. They're coming from somewhere with the capacity for that place, not for you. The capacity they have is only a foundation for them to do okay with you. If you want them to do more than okay, you have to train them. If you want them to do more than okay, You have to build them in line with what your business culture wants to achieve. So whether it is in-house training, whether it is paid training, whether it is free training, it is important that you train your staff. It's key. Establish a culture of accountability and performance. Set a clear system that any staff who does their job well is rewarded. Any staff who does their job well gets accolades. That way, it is transparent. Everybody is held accountable. When you make a mistake, we'll show you. When you do well, we will trumpet it that you have done well. There are people who have stayed in businesses longer than they should, even though their salaries are not increased, because they like the way their bosses treated them. They like the way their bosses treat them, the way their bosses carry them, the way their bosses care about their life outside work. It's not always about the salary. There are other basic human emotions you can attract by caring about your workers. A strong team is essential for business structuring. If you do not have a team that will implement with you what you're structuring, it will take you a longer time to structure properly. So build your business around a system and then get a team to function in that system. Some people will tell you, build your business around a team. That team is never permanent. That team can break. That team can disband. So my own advice is build a system and then engage a team around the system. That way, even if the team changes, the system will continue to accommodate your team. The last strategy, number 5, create a relentless marketing and branding strategy. As part of your way to structure your business, you must have a detailed marketing strategy. You must have a detailed branding strategy. Marketing is the soul of any business. You must be able to track your marketing efforts. You must be able to tell whether people are hearing your products or services in the market. You should be able to tell whether people are accepting it, whether people understand the value. Marketing is not sales. A lot of us mistake marketing to be sales. Come and buy from me is not marketing. Buy from me, let my landlord not chase me is not marketing. Buy from me so that I can go and do this. That is emotional blackmail. That is not marketing. Marketing is you creating a system that allows you to tell people about the value that your product or service can impact in their life. That is marketing. If you cannot communicate the value your product will add into somebody's life, you're not marketing. Now, marketing must go hand in hand with branding. iPhone, Apple,
Well, I think we lost it a little bit there.
Samsung, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Toyota, they have been able to structuring your business, you need to develop consistent brand voice. Your business today is shouting. Tomorrow, your business is not shouting. That is inconsistency. Customers are looking for consistency. If your business is shouting, your business must shout all the time. You will not shout sometimes. If your business has a low tune, maintain your tune. Planet Harry was the only company I had, but we started to diversify. Our diversification was going to affect the brand tune of Planet Harry. And so we left Planet Harry the way it is and opened another company, Get Advantage Consulting, and moved the new products and services to that company because it has a different tune. It has a different voice. That voice would corrupt Planet Harry's voice and tune. Planet Harry is targeting businesses that we can deploy solutions to remotely. Get Advantage is targeting businesses that will deploy solutions to on-site. Even though there are some technological integration, the bulk of Get Advantage service is on-site, one-on-one consulting. But Planet Harry is technology-driven. We don't need to come to you. We don't need to sit with you. We'll fix your problems wherever you are from where we are. And we don't want to confuse our customers with different voices. So we separated the businesses and created two businesses. So you need to understand that in your marketing, you need to maintain a tune that your customers know and understand. If that tune changes, your customers will also change. They will begin to look for an alternative that will affect your business growth. And so the action steps, the action steps is develop a consistent brand voice. Use multiple marketing strategies. There is no one cap that fits all. Try as many strategies as possible until you save or the most volume of impact. Monitor and adapt to market trends. The market is changing every day. You also must change. Follow it. Your customers are moving, move with them. I think
this is all over. This is amazing.
This is also the last step. So yes.
Oh my God.
We can take
questions. Oh my God.
Damn. And take off.
You know, it is the heart for me. It is the heart that Mr. Harry is using to teach for me. Like, what he's doing is something that I would charge not less than $500,000 to teach, to deploy. And if you go to Planet Harry Advantage Consulting, you will get a heavily charged for this. But yet he's giving it undilutedly. If I were you, I will come back and watch the replay of this and practically redesign my business structure. All ye graphics designer that are work is killing you, yet at the end of the month, we can't understand if you're making money or you're a slave to your business. This is the solution for you. And I want to say thank you so much, Mr. Harry. Thank you so much. Guys, let's get the feedback. Let's get the feedback. We are having a double session today, so we may not spend a lot of time, but let's get the feedback. If you've really been impacted so far, let's get the feedback. If you have a question, if I get one question, we can just attend to it. Otherwise, as usual, we'll begin to wrap up as we get ready for the next session. It's been super amazing. I say something and I say it, Mr. Harry, I'm confessing before the entire world. I put this event together, but my own eyes have been opened a lot from the day one, okay, day two, because the one I took the session, from day two up until now. There's so much that I'm even going to be adopting and co-opting into my business. And I want to say thank you so much. Thank you, really, really thank you. Let's get the emoji clap as we begin to thank Mr. Harry and we round up. If you're just joining, remember our tradition is you take a screenshot of this, put it on your status, share the link to your friends. Those your members, your friends that are crying that they are not making sales, their business is dying. This is the solution. Take a screenshot, share the link. And if you're just joining for the first time in this channel, this is what we do all the time. We help share strategies that can help your business grow, make you penetrate the market and make more sales. So do well to hit the subscription button right away. Hit the subscription button. Subscription is not that you will pay. It's just to show that you are following this channel. And then the notification bell tells you every time we come up, you can see it. And I like you to hit the thumbs up on this video. Let algorithm push it so that more people can see it. Thank you so much, Mr. Harry. Before you go finally, in just a few words, tell us other things that you are serving. Maybe some trainings or product that you have that you would want our people to take advantage of and how they can follow you. Let's do that in probably 2-3 minutes and then we go. I'm seeing something here. He said, please, okay, let me check this out before you go there. So I said, please, Mr. Harry, we can get a reply. Mr. Harry, please, what is the difference between a sales rep and a marketer? I think Mr. Harry will just do that in just one sentence and then you can wrap it up and tell us what your other products and trainings you have to offer and how our people can follow you. So when they watch here, they will follow you. Thank you, Mr. Harry.
I also have, I recently created something. It's called, I created an account on an app. It's called Book Now or Book Me or something. So services, I provide one-on-one mentoring, I provide one-on-one training, I provide group trainings, either remotely or on-site. If anyone wants to take advantage of any of these trainings, they are very much available. Hopefully on the 4th of December, I would be in Lagos for about 5 days. So anybody who wants to catch up with me anywhere around the island, I would be available to interact digitally and otherwise. But until then, you can follow me on social media. You can send me a private message to inquire about our products and services, and we'll be very much available to share them. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Harry. So this person, you can follow Mr. Harry and get feed on your question, the difference between marketing, a sales rep and a marketer. You just want to throw something there, Mr. Harry? I know that our time is up already, but you just want to throw something on that. He said, please, what is the difference between a sales rep and a marketer? Just throw a word there. And then when you follow Mr. Harry, you can throw him that question more in the DM. He's going to answer more.
A marketer is the person who creates awareness about the product or service. The sales rep is the person who closes that transaction. But for businesses that are not big, we combine these things into one person. And so as a marketer, you should know when to stop creating awareness and start closing the person to make a purchase. The moment somebody pays interest, the moment somebody shows interest in your product, awareness has been achieved. The next thing is to start closing. But sometimes we forget to close and we keep selling and marketing and we say we are selling. No, you are marketing. We keep marketing and we forget to close. If you do not close, you don't make money. And so there is a difference between marketing and sales. The marketing person is the person who creates awareness about the product and service. Those people you see on the road activating products, they are marketers. They are not selling. Their own is just to create that awareness.
Yes.
When you want to buy, you now go to the warehouse where the sales rep is waiting for you. You go there, you make payment.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think that will be all for tonight. I mean, it's been amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Harry. Thank you, everyone that have joined. Don't forget, we're having the follow-up session immediately. We're going to have 2 sessions today because we didn't do yesterday. So this is the first of today's session. The second session is already on the go. We're going to be starting in 5 minutes. So we're going to close this up and then we share the link again and then we come up. How do you create a buying audience that will buy what you're selling? How do you create a buying audience on social media? You post one thing you bought, everybody's doing congratulations. You write a book, you say, I'm writing a new book, everybody's congratulating you. Book is ready to be purchased. You hear cricket sound, nobody's saying, how much is it? Where's the account details? We have someone who's an expert who's going to be coming to share that as well. So it's a whole balance session all through. And I want to join all of you to make sure you stay put. In 5 minutes. We will start afresh. I'll share the link again so you guys can join and learn. When you are done being equipped in this Dominate Summit 2025 and beyond, you are going to dominate your market. Once again, thank you, Mr. Harry. Thank you so much. Everybody go on Facebook, go on socials, check for Mr. Harry Pobene, and then you will see him. Follow him. You can shoot him a question on the DM. You can follow his courses, his products. He has services available, and it is worth the value. If you can give this much for free, how much more will he do if he talks about your business? If he goes, okay, so this is this is the link. I'm copying it now so I can put it out there so you guys can follow Mr. Harry on the app that he talked about. So I'm just posting it quickly so you guys can take a screenshot and then you can always follow him there. Boom, that's it. Bookmenow.com Pobene Harry. Just check it out there. Just everybody take a screenshot. Just take a screenshot right now and then go there. No need to just go to his DM. Just go there straight up and then just book him, and then he would pay attention to you and give you much more. God bless you, Mr. Harry. We're so grateful. Thank you for making Dominate Your Market this edition a successful one. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. All right. Good night, everyone. So don't forget, we are coming back in the next 3 minutes. but in a different link entirely. We're coming back, and when we come back, how do you create a buying audience that will buy from you from social media? You want to stick around. This is someone I can test for. He's done it again and again with the big dogs in the industry, the likes of Choma Ifeanyeze, the likes of Ninja Branchi, the likes of Prof. Emmanuel Akpe. These are guys that are his clients. He's been able to help them do millions. I'm talking of millions. I'm talking about millions. He's helped them do a lot, and you don't want to joke with it. You don't want to joke with it. You want to come back in and join. Thank you so much, Brown Sugar. From tomorrow, we're going to do something for everyone that have participated in all our sessions in the last 4 days. We have something we are packaging for you, very interesting. We're going to ask for that, and we collate those data, and then we get to talk with you directly. Once again, thank you, everyone. I'll see you again in 3 minutes. We're going to come back up again. Don't go anywhere. We will be back up. All the community with which you click to join, we're sharing the link again so that you guys can join. Thank you.